What's going on, guys? My name is Alex Jimenez. I'm the founder of IX Media. We made our clients about $500,000 in email and SMS marketing revenue. In this video, I wanted to break down the difference between a boring email and a great looking email. So the emails you see below, or technically in front of your screen, are two emails we set up for this brand called Melody. Great brand, go check them out. Link in the description. But the point is, what are some of the differences that we made, and you might be able to tell already, to make this email look less boring and more enticing, more engaging, and actually getting somebody to convert. So let's go through it. First thing I want to talk about are gradients. If your emails ever look kind of boring, they look nasty, or more importantly, you wanted to add background images. So like, for example, this email where, you have somebody in the right in front of the center, they're holding the bottles, but it's not so much that it looks really boring. What you could do is add a gradient. So what is a gradient? A gradient is this little thing right here, which essentially makes the background of the email go from light to dark or from one color to another color. So if you see the email on the left, we have no gradients, right? So all we have is this little cutout of a lifestyle image for this brand, and it looks kind of weird. It looks like you literally just slapped on the image on the email. When you have a gradient, you can make the image blend in with the background while also making the text stand out. It looks a little bit more smooth because now, instead of just like a normal picture, you're cutting out the person while also making it look more real. So if you want to make your emails pop out a little bit more, add gradients in the background. What we did is we added a gradient that kind of goes black to kind of that lighter color. So you could clearly, the background image kind of slowly fades into the email instead of just looking like this, where it just, paste it onto the email. That's one. Number two is add icons. Biggest and the highest leverage thing you could do is just add little icons. So on the image on the left, there's no icons, right? It's just the text, shop now button, lifestyle image, and then a bunch of text down the, down the email. On the right-hand side, you're gonna notice that we added little, and this is a Christmas email, so kind of these Christmas themed kind of plants. We added little stars, and this just makes the email more engaging. It makes it pop out more, and pretty much adds more depth to the email itself. We added also this little flower because it represents the brand, and again, that's an easy thing you could do to add more depth to the email and make it more engaging. Next thing is layer to the person within the email. So if you look on the left-hand side, imagine we added a gradient, right? We added a gradient, it looks better, but we would still have just a weird cutout of the person because it doesn't look like the person is kind of glowing out, right? It doesn't look, it's kind of 3D. What you could do is a cool little design hack is you can make two images within the email. So what we did is, if you look at the background image, it's just the person in the back, right? But because we added this little transition right here in the middle, obviously if we make her stand out, the whole image is gonna stand out. So it's gonna defeat the purpose of having this transition. What you do in a situation like that is put the main image in the background, okay, just the main image, then put a transition on the top. So this is the main background, this is the image, this is the image on the top, that's kind of that transition, and then just have a cutout of the person go on top of the email. That way, the background still is the background, you still have the transition, but the person stands out. So now it's kind of having that kind of 3D effect. That's another great thing you could do, especially if you have a lot of lifestyle images and you want to make the person stand out or product. Another thing you could do is add pill-shaped transitions. A lot of emails, they don't have many transitions. So let's just imagine this person was still kind of 3D, so it kind of popped out of the email. If you just make it kind of a bland thing where it's like, as you could see, it's just one image to another. There's no transitions. It looks literally like just one email to another, one part of the email to another. What we did is we added transition, kind of this pill-shaped transition. That way, it looks a little bit curved. Instead of thinking, oh, okay, I'm about to read a whole nother section of the email, you're just looking like, oh, it's still part of the same email. Why? Because it's not two different sections. It's still one section. You just added a transition to go from technically one section to another, but it doesn't look like it because you added a transition. Now you could do a bunch of different things. You could do this pill-shaped transition. You could do like a little line where it kind of goes like this. Another thing you could do is just put kind of a product right in the middle. So imagine if it was like this, but we did something like this, so that way it still kind of looks like it's transition. Doesn't look as good, so I don't recommend doing this all the time, but it's still something very nice that you could do. So adding transitions to the emails makes a whole difference, especially in getting somebody to actually go through the email. Next thing is changing the color font. So on the left-hand side, you're gonna notice that the fonts were all white. They were just white. So white, technically black if you want to have a CTA, but besides that, it's mainly just white images. On the right-hand side, to add a little bit more depth, not only did we change the fonts or the wording rather. So instead of it being gold and white and gold and white, we also made the CTAs a different color. That way, when people read it, it's not just one color and they kind of get bored. It's different colors to add more depth to the email. So in this case, we added white and gold and black instead of just the white and black. Another great thing you could do in the email. Next thing is we added a full product section. So on the left-hand side, this is a very rookie mistake that I see. Rookie mistake. There's a lot of mistake I see a lot of people make is that they'll just describe what the product is without showing the physical product. And if they do show the physical product, it also kind of looks like it just slapped on there. So on the left-hand side, here's it. You can't even tell, but this is the part where we start talking about another product. So it's the Melati 2026 Detox, and then we have, order 18 bottles, get 15% off, etc., etc. On the right-hand side, we actually showed the images of the product. Now, the reason this is so important, guys, and it's very, very crucial, is especially in the context of somebody that hasn't bought from you in the past, which, let's face it, most of your email subscribers probably haven't bought from you yet. They don't know what they're gonna get. So if you just have text saying, oh, you're gonna get, our best product with this product and this product and this product without actually showing images of the products themselves, they're not gonna trust you. That's one thing. The second thing is making it look like a real product section. So as an example, instead of, what we could have done is just put one candle right here and then one bottle, and people are like, okay, I'm gonna get a bottle and I'm also gonna get a candle. We actually break down how many bottles they're gonna get. So this is a big bundle, right? We want people to have a great AOV. We wanna get people to buy a lot of bottles. We stack all the bottles together instead of just saying, this is the bottle, this is the candle. No, these are all the bottles that you're gonna get. Not only are you gonna get one candle, but you're gonna get two. Very, very important to get people to actually visualize what they're gonna get. Because if I just show one thing, they're gonna be like, well, okay, cool, I'm gonna get 18 bottles. They can't grasp that. They can't visualize that in their mind. But if you literally show them, hey, you're gonna get all of these bottles and you're gonna get a candle, 2 candles rather, they're gonna be like, okay, this is something I actually might wanna buy. And in their mind, they're like, okay, it's worth the price. I could see the value in it. Another thing is putting the discounts in the CTA. So we didn't have it in this one, so I added an example. But one thing you could do to save space within the email and have less text is if you ever have a discount code, you could add the code within the CTA. So this email doesn't have a code, but let's just say it did. You could just put use code XYZ. Small detail, but it saves a lot of space within the email if it's already a really wordy email. And it's also more visual. People could see like the CTA, it's like, okay, use code, whatever. I know immediately what the code is, opposed to having it, very, very small text like this as an example. Another 2 quick things is at the bottom, we added a footer, which is very important. In a lot of the emails, you may be promoting 1, 2, maybe 3 different products. But if you have a bunch of different products, we're talking 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, etc., you want to put a footer at the end. Now, this isn't the best example. I'm going to show you an example of what a great footer looks like right now. In this case, we only wanted people to buy this bundle, so that's intentional. But if it's a normal email, you might be promoting one product, but people want to buy another one. What you could do is add a footer at the bottom that says categories, right? So maybe you sell chocolates, right? And you have 4 different categories. You have vegan chocolates, you have milk chocolates, you have dark chocolates, and then maybe you have protein chocolates. If you only promote the vegan chocolates in the email, I may not want vegan chocolates, but I still want to buy chocolates because the email is fun, it reminded me of the brand, and I'm in the mood for some chocolates. At the very bottom of the email, you could put a little category that says chocolate or vanilla or protein chocolates, and then I click on that, and then I get immediately directed to that landing page. That way, the email still is just focusing on what you want to focus the email on, in this case, vegan chocolates, for example. But if somebody wants to buy the other products, all they got to do is go to the footer and click it. Here's an example of what a great footer looks like. This is the same brand. In this specific case, we did want to promote other products because, some people may just want to buy something else. All you got to do is just put 4 little CTAs at the bottom, something super simple like this. This is an example. This brand sells 2 different bottles, classic and fresh. They sell candles and then they sell bundles. So if I'm like, okay, I don't want to buy any of the bottles like, we're promoting in this email, but I want to buy some candles, they just click on this button and they get directed to the candles. Another example you could do is something like this on the right hand side where we have, okay, you could buy pizza boxes or you could buy pizza dough You could also have your About Us page. So maybe, for example, you want people to go to your social media, or you want to give them an opportunity to learn more about your brand. You can make one of the buttons an About Us button that takes them directly to your About Us section in your website. Or in this case, at the very last option was a groceries page. Anyways, those are some of the things that we do to spice up our emails, make them look more engaging, more enticing, and obviously get people to convert. Anyways, God bless you guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, let me know in the comment section. All the love, all love. God bless you guys. Jesus Christ loves you. All the best. Bye.